Hello, lovely people of Africa. This is the day the Lord has made, and indeed, we have every right to rejoice and be glad in it. You're welcome to another interesting yet educative episode of African New Time. This is the show that seeks to bridge the gap between Africa and the Western world. After the break, I shall introduce my guest.
Hey, promotion. From 1st May to 30th July 2018, Ifa House Production is giving up to 50% off on all his video shooting, 4K quality video clips, high quality video adverts, movies, talk show, documentaries, weddings, birthday parties, also we are giving up to 30% off on all graphic printing, banners, flyers, 3D business cards, and 20% off on all website design and photo shoots. Call us now on 02615 69769, 0277 991349. Visit our page at Ifa House Productions, facebook.com. Ifa House Productions, the quality talks for itself.
Welcome back from that break. We are promising you to have a very interesting show, yet educative tonight, because we are privileged to have in our midst an American actor and a businessman as well. His name is Abraham Cannon. I hope I got it right.
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
Okay. Right. Yeah. Who is Abraham Cannon?
Who is Abraham Cannon?
Okay.
Yeah. Abraham is a Christian. He's a husband,
Okay.
A father, a serial entrepreneur, a purpose-driven person that gives his best in any and everything that he does. That's who Abraham Cannon is, yes.
All right, sure. Yeah. What are you passionate about as an individual? What are you passionate about?
At the end of the day, for me, I'm passionate about helping others. So any endeavor that I venture into, whether it's acting, whether it's business, the ultimate goal is to be able to be a blessing or a help to someone else.
Okay.
Because the thing is, no matter what you do in life, if you're not helping somewhere else reach their goals or reach their potential, then you're not reaching your own. Yeah. So for me, I've been able to be a success in acting and in business because I've always reached out an olive branch, and I've always sought to help others get where they wanted to go, which enables me to get where I want to go.
Somebody will be asking from home. You're from America.
Yes.
And somebody wants to find out, what are you doing here in Ghana, in Africa, under the Scottish sun? Yes. What brings you here?
Well, everything just happened by chance. I was fortunate enough to be at the right place at the right time, meet some wonderful people from this beautiful country. And I was invited to come and see the country. A lot of Americans, especially African Americans, buy into the myth and, that a lot of media portrays in the western part of the world of what Africa is. And so there's a perception out there about Africa that is untrue. And so I wanted to come and meet the people and see all the opportunities that exists within this beautiful country.
Wow. Talking about that, what is the one thing you have seen here in Ghana that is quite different from what you heard about Ghana back there in the States?
Wow. So first and foremost, Ghana is a very stable democracy.
Wow.
Very stable democracy. Like the U.S., it's parliament, there are rules, there are branches of government.
Yeah.
And, misconception in the West that there aren't roads and different things like that. There are roads here. There are tall buildings. There's, it's not just wilderness.
Yeah.
Ghana is a beautiful country with beautiful people and with vast opportunities. Bloomberg just put out a report about 4 or 5 weeks ago,
wow.
talking about how fast Ghana is growing.
Yeah.
Economically, it's 8.5% GDP, which is one of the fastest in the world. So I think more people should be exposed to Ghana. More people should be exposed to Africa as a whole.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll delve well into your business area and acting, but this is a question I usually ask on my show, that Africa is endowed with a lot of resources. There's a lot of tourist centers here in Africa. There are a lot of beautiful natural resources here in Africa. But in terms of development, Africa is below bottom. The question is, what are we not doing right, or what must be done to make sure that we harness all these resources and then we'll be able to compete with the Western world?
Wow, that's a great question. That's a very deep question. Yeah, very deep. I think one of the things that Africa as a whole could do would be to reach out to professionals in the West who are business people, who don't really have an idea of what potential lies in Africa. I didn't know that there's just a lot of potential here in trades, in the arts, science. I mean, it's wide open, and it's not as competitive here as it is in the West. So an individual could come from America, bring the latest technologies, bring the latest business practices and principles, and create jobs and revenue and growth, and at the same time make a really good profit, because at the end of the day, it's about it's not solely about profits, but it's about creating jobs and opportunities. Not so much about repatriating, coming over, making a few dollars and repatriating everything back to the States. But it's about, it's a mindset that I think, and there should be an expectation on the side of Ghanaians or Nigerians or whatever country that they come to come. There should be an expectation that they're going to take some of the funds that are generated and use those funds to create jobs and opportunities, which supports the local government, it supports local infrastructure, and it makes business much more easier to do. Because where there's tax revenue, now you have better roads. Where there's tax revenue, now you can better take care of people with health care and bring up the standard of living.
I think this is going down into our politicians or to those watching us, because it's you can play, whoever is watching can play a role. I also can play a role, and it starts from us. So that is why we're doing this show, just to unleash some of the secrets that we can use to develop the continent. We'll come back to your acting bit and the entrepreneurship bit, but we're going for a commercial break.
Promotion. From 1st May to 30th July 2018, Ifa House Production is giving up to 50% off on all his video shooting, 4K quality video clips, high quality video adverts, movies, talk show, documentaries, weddings, birthday parties, Also, we are giving up to 30% off on all graphic printing, banners, flyers, 3D business cards, and 20% off on all website design and photo shoots. Call us now on 02615 69769, 0277 991349. Visit our page at Ifa House Productions, facebook.com. Ifa House Productions, the quality talks for itself.
Welcome from that commercial break. You're still watching your favorite show, which is African Youth Time. And just stay glued to your seats because we're just getting started. We're delving more into acting, into the movie industry, into entrepreneurship. And I'm hopeful that by the end of the show, you will learn something. Back to you, Abraham. About your acting bit. You see, the movie industry here in Ghana, you've had some experience with the movie industry here in Ghana. In brief sentences, can you tell us the difference, how you see the Ghanaian movie industry and how you see the American movie industry?
When I look at the industries, the three, the top three and how they're viewed in the West, Hollywood, Bollywood, and Nollywood. Those are the three from the West. How we see the industry, from a Western perspective.
Okay.
When you look at it, there's several things that we look at. First is the number of movies being made, and so you look at Hollywood. Hollywood makes about 800,000 films a year.
Wow.
Okay. Bollywood, which is the Indian, is considered the Indian film industry. Bollywood is the largest. They make about 14 to 1,600 films per year. The African film market, which the West we see is falling under Nollywood, produces about between 1,000 and 1,200 films per year, making it the second largest producer of films in the world. The challenges within the industry, as I see them here in Africa, is that when you look at the production cost in Hollywood, it's about averages 42 to 44 million to produce a film.
Wow.
In in Bollywood, the Indian industry, it costs about 1.5 million to produce a film.
Okay.
The budget, average budget for quote unquote Nollywood or the African film industry is only about $40,000
for a movie.
For a movie.
Wow.
Now that's an issue. That's an issue. I'll tell you why. Because when you and it's a challenge, because when the budgets are set at so low, you run into several issues. First being it's an inability to attract talent from the U.S. to bring them here to where you can get the crossover appeal. And once you have the crossover appeal, then you can get into the American possibly the American or Western market and get distribution there. And once you have distribution there, then now you can get agreements and contracts so you can increase your budget, your production budget. And by increasing your production budget, now you can hire the best talent. And what's so ironic about all of this is the fact that there are more film workers in Africa than anywhere in the world.
Wow.
over 1 million.
Yes, that is one of the things I don't understand. And so why are we not making it out there? Or why are majority of movie stars or actors and actresses not out there? What is it that we're not doing right?
Yeah.
That is what we seek to find out on this show.
I think it's more of a, because obviously the numbers are there in terms of the number of people who have an interest in the business and who are working in the business. I think that's a function of the regional and geographic differences between the countries. And when I say that, I mean the various languages spoken.
Okay.
You know,
Right.
so creating content, what I found in this market is very niche-y.
Yes.
And so with all the various languages, it's almost like each piece of content that's produced for a very limited number of viewers instead of being created for the masses.
Okay.
And I think that's really what separates the monetary advancement of the film industry
All right, sure.
here.
All right, okay. Still in the movie industry, for a movie to sell, to have a standard movie to sell, what are some of the qualities? Does it have to do with the picture quality, the content, the story? What makes a good movie? Yeah, just to say.
So yeah, quality is very important. Very important.
In terms of technical or
Technical.
and then
what type of camera are you shooting with? Or are you shooting with at least 4K, UHD, ultra high definition? What's the back end production? What does that look like? What type of graphics and special effects are going into the production? To make it something that's going to be pleasing and enjoyable to the eye. I think the sound, how well is the sound done? The music, is the music professionally done, professionally edited? I mean, everything is like baking a cake. Every ingredient has to be right, or the cake, it just doesn't taste the same, So, and that's for viewers and for the monetization of a film. When you have a quality product, then and with a great storyline, but you have to market it as well. How is it being marketed? When a film is produced or billboards being purchased.
Yeah.
To say, hey, we have an upcoming film. Is there a major viral social media campaign being launched at the same time to announce that the film is getting ready to come out? How much work is being put into those things? Are there radio interviews being done with the cast? Are they so there's a lot of different things that go into really making a movie a good one. And also marketing that film to make sure that there's wide exposure.
All right. There's the last bit about the movie side. There are lots of young women and men out there watching us now who are aspiring to be movie stars. Do you think it's a profession or it's something you do out of passion?
I do. I certainly do. And the thing about acting, it's an art, but it's also a science. So you have to understand the technique of acting. And it also has to be something that either comes naturally to you or you learn, how to do. So it's both. It's an art and a science. Actually, no, and getting involved with acting just came by chance. I was discovered. It was just by chance. I think that if I wasn't acting, I would be doing exactly what I'm doing now in addition to acting, is being a businessman, a serial entrepreneur. Okay. At one point in my life, I wanted to be a pilot, so I wanted to fly planes. I wanted to be a fighter pilot. But as I started getting taller, I figured, I can't fit into a plane now. I'm too tall. So, but yeah, that's what I.
We're going for a short commercial break from our sponsors. We'll be back shortly.
Hey, promotion. From 1st May to 30th July 2018, Ifa House Production is giving up to 50% off on all his video shooting, 4K quality video clips, high quality video adverts, movies, talk show, documentaries, weddings, birthday parties, also we are giving up to 30% off on all graphic printing, banners, flyers, 3D business cards, and 20% off on all website design and photo shoots. Call us now on 02615 69769, 0277 991349. Visit our page at Ifa House Productions, facebook.com. Ifa House Productions, the quality talks for itself.
Thank you very much for still watching African Youth Time. I believe you're having a very great time at home. We're still on with the interview. When I googled your name, the next thing I saw was War Room.
Oh wow, the movie produced by the Kendrick brothers, who are phenomenal producers in the United States. It's a Sony picture.
Okay.
Since the movie came out, I mean, the movie itself was my first feature film.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, it was my first film, period.
Wow.
You know, and it's amazing that you, in life, as you grow, you realize that what God has for you is for you, and that no man can take
it from
what's
you.
yours.
Yeah.
No man can take what God has set aside and ordained specifically for you. And this is something, me being in the acting industry, me being a part of that film, such an amazing production. Karen Abercrombie, who played my mother in the film, Priscilla Schreier. But you know, for a lot of the cast in the movie, it was, you know, our first major feature film. And it's like God brought all the right people together to make this movie, and it blossomed. It blossomed, and as a result, it's provided tremendous exposure for me, and it's been a tremendous blessing to me and my family. I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world. It's just been an amazing opportunity, and so I thank the Kendrick brothers and Sony and everyone for the opportunity.
All right,
yes.
sure. So are you hoping to do more movies?
Yes, certainly. I've done additional movies. And Education in Love is one of the films that I shot, and it's getting ready to come out shortly. And I have another project that I'm working on, hence the beard.
Yeah, because I was wondering,
yes.
why?
and of course, you know, coming here, I'm going to look at various projects and also bring talent from the U.S. Because there's just so many projects here. And I really want to help the industry here. Get some visibility within the United States. So I think having American actors helps that purpose. Facilitates.
We wish you all the best.
Thank you so much.
All right, and then may God richly bless you for choosing Ghana as your first point of call.
Thank you.
Where else would you have chosen apart from Ghana?
Oh, nowhere.
Oh, really? No. It's because you are here. It's because you are here.
Yes.
Okay, right. Shifting from the movie industry to the business side, you've been saying constantly that you're a businessman. When you say a businessman, who is a businessman?
Well, okay, perfect. So I work all over the world. I have call centers in India. I've done a lot of work in the Philippines with call centers. I'm a serial entrepreneur, so I own multiple types of businesses.
Okay.
I've owned marketing agencies. My specialty is branding and business development. My specialty is marketing. Okay. So regardless of the business, regardless of the industry, I have the knowledge, the education, and the training to be able to move into that industry, beat my competitors, and grow a business exponentially. It's something that it's a gift that God has given me, and something that through my study that I've perfected. So that's what I do. I'm a serial entrepreneur.
I want you to use your story as an inspiration, because I know you didn't have it on a silver platter, or you were not born with a lot of money to start business. No. So tell us how it all started, so that the story can be an inspiration to anyone watching us from home. Awesome.
So I was not born with a silver spoon in my mouth. Quite the opposite. I was given up for adoption. My brothers, my siblings, and I were given up for adoption very early on. We were in foster care. I spent my entire life in foster care and in orphanages.
Wow.
And between foster care and between various orphanages, we would be placed back with our biological parents. My mother has paranoid schizophrenia, which is a chronic condition that makes her pretty much incapable of logical thinking. My father, who was a Vietnam veteran, experienced some traumatic things during the war. So he came home hooked to various substances. He became a drug addict. And so that led to a downward spiral. And it led to us, being homeless, sleeping in abandoned homes on piles of clothing. It led to us going out and stealing just to eat. We would steal corn and green beans. And we had a rock and a screwdriver. And we would use that rock and that screwdriver to open the corn and the green beans. So we were hungry. We had to eat, So, and we knew that if we were going to eat, we had to feed ourselves. So, life for me was not a crystal stair. I had to work hard. At a young age, the state said that I had a mental disability. They said that I was incapable of learning at the same pace as my peers. So when people look at me today, they say, oh, this guy, he must have come from wealth, or he must have, no, I was, my adoption went through at age 13. So you think the first 13 years of my life, was traumatic. 13 years. And so coming out of that and being adopted by the Cannon family, they took in five of us. They took us in. My biological family is a family of 9. They took in 5 of us. I have a brother and a sister that was adopted by my biological aunt. And I also have a brother and a sister that was adopted by another family in the state of North Carolina. And I just connected with them about 3 years ago for the first time ever. So regardless of where you come from, regardless of the situation that you come out of, you don't have to be where you come from. It's just a matter of will and determination. And so I was determined to not be the statistic that I was supposed to be.
Yeah.
So I went to college.
Yeah.
I was blessed to be able to go to college on a full academic scholarship. I could have gone to any college within the United States that I wanted to go to. I had a 4-year internship with Bank of America. I was a scholar. And none of this came easy. Yeah. I had to work hard. I had the biggest backpack in the school because I kept every single book in it. Mm-hmm. And here I was, this guy with big ears, and I used to wear these, I had these big old glasses, and I got picked on every day and harassed and ridiculed, but you know what, I was determined. I said, you know what, nothing is going to stop me.
Sure.
Nothing is going to stop me from reaching the goals that I've set for myself. So it's imperative that if you want to get somewhere, that you set goals. You set goals and you be determined to reach for those goals, because a goal is nothing if you don't do the things or go through the process to reach them.
Wow. Oh. All right. That's so touching. And I'm sure somebody watching from home today is going to have a different mindset. Welcome back from that break again. We're getting closely to the end of the show. But I have friends from other parts of Africa, as I rightly said, to join us do the discussion. I'm from Ghana. Some are from Benin, from Cote d'Ivoire, and from other parts of Africa. We're coming together as one continent and push that common goal of developing the continent. And so, briefly, I shall introduce them. Welcome to the show. So, what's your name and which country are you coming from?
Je m'appelle Loretta Rina, je viens du Congo. It's such a great opportunity to be part of the show. And listening to your story, it's very inspiring and so touching to see how you came out from a foster care to the top. So my question is, nowadays we see a lot of actors and actresses in the country, but we've been wondering for a while, how do they impact the economy of the country? So to which extent do you think that movies industries contributes to the GDP of a country?
Well, I think first and foremost, the impact of movies is very strong on culture. Very strong on culture. And I think putting out great content that puts Africa or whatever country that you're from, putting out great content that's well done, that shows that you have advancements in technology, that shows that you have roads, you have stoplights, you drive cars just like everyone else, and you have skyscrapers, but putting out really good content that really shows the heart of the people, I think that's probably the best place to start, so that because in America, it's all about perception. Perception is reality, whether that perception is real or not. And movies have a major impact in how people view a culture, a society, the economic status of a country or a people. And so when you show more positive films that show Africans in a positive light, that's going to have an impact on the world as a whole.
Mon nom est Jessie Lambale Barré from Congo Brazzaville. I would like to say that I was offended by Abraham when he said that there is no elsewhere in Africa that you like to be apart from Ghana.
Because he's here. He needs to say that. Okay.
Yes.
But I would like to invite you to Congo.
Thank you. I will.
And my question is, as a Christian, how does that Christianity help in the sector or in the industry of acting, the movie industry, at the same time as a businessman? How does Christianity has really helped you?
I think as a Christian, I think it's our responsibility to bridge the gap between the secular world and the Christian world. Because here's the thing, you want to be able to reach the unchurched. You want to be able to reach people who need to hear the message. So you got to understand the business of film. And sometimes you have to utilize oftentimes a secular platform to deliver a Christian message, to reach the people that you want to reach. Because if you're always delivering your message to the churched, you're not reaching the unchurched. So if your ultimate goal is to reach a people, You know, sometimes you have to go as a lamb amongst wolves. You see? You know, so it's about positioning yourself in a manner which allows you to reach the widest audience. So it's okay. You know, it's okay to work with people who work on both sides of the industry. That's okay, because you can use the talent and the following from one actor that works on one side of the business to promote a spiritual message that's going to touch the hearts and minds, you know, of everyone. You know, so that's something that I think will have the greatest impact.
Lastly, before we go, we want to say anything to the youth of Africa, because everybody is watching at this time. So what do you have to say to all of us here and those watching from home?
First, it's been such an honor to be here today. This is an amazing platform. Very proud of what you guys are doing. To all the youth out there, make sure that you always work hard, dedicate yourself, and, you know, I like to say, sprout where you're planted. In life, things are not always easy, and sometimes you want to give up, you know, because giving up is the easy thing to do. It's our minds and our bodies are built to stop when something gets difficult, because our bodies and our minds are designed to get to tire. And I would say to you today, when things get difficult, when things seem complex or hard, when hurdles seem too high, you know, find an alternate way to get it done. Work hard, don't stop, keep going, keep going, keep going until you reach your destination. Never give up, because the blessing is in the process, but you got to go through the process. And the process is not always easy. The process is not always easy. So make it through the trials, because right after that trial, right after that mountain is a valley, and you can see your way through. Keep going, persevere.
Thank you very much for staying with us till the end of the show. We'll come your way same time next week with another exciting and educative episode of African Youth Time. My name is Nana Owusu Ansah. Many thanks to the production team for putting this together, to Anise, to Godson, to all of you out there. Peace.